Hello. So I'm quitting YouTube. I made this decision because of my mental health not being that great right now, and I realised that I'm still in stage 1 of the self-improvement depression. I mean, I'm still skinny. I still have a bunch of problems to overcome. I have trauma from my past, and trauma I didn't even realise was there until yesterday when I was on the depression web chat speaking to people, and like it all just spilled out, and I didn't realise how traumatic my experiences were. I have a lot of stories to share with other people. I have stories to share with people on here, and I'd love to talk about my past and mistakes I've made, and basically just to tell you like, don't do this, don't do that. But I'm not really gonna get any more subscribers than like maybe 100 subscribers. I'll basically be recruiting people on like stage 0 of self-improvement, and I'm already in like stage 1 self-improvement depression. I'm not even at stage 2 yet. I mean, I'm aware I've watched a lot more of Hamza's videos. I'm probably between stages 1 and 2 because I have the habit tracker. I'm kind of like etching towards doing a dopamine detox, but like I'm very inconsistent. I back out easily of things. I on a roller coaster, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, and I'm not making much progress at the moment. So I don't think it's fair for me to tell other people, you should do this, you should do that, when I can't give any specific advice. I mean, for depression, yeah, we'll plan ahead and think about like the best possible version of yourself, but I can't really put myself into those shoes, even though it's something I'm going through myself. It's something I haven't really overcame, so I can't expect myself to have like a level of empathy that people who've been through the self-improvement depression have. I can't really do that, and I'm not a good storyteller. I'm not very charismatic at the moment. Other people have been telling me this, and quite frankly they're right. Like, everyone's criticisms of me, and this might be a bit of my low self-esteem as well, generally speaking, in some way they are right, because I don't really respect myself, so other people don't respect me, and I know why they don't respect me. I know what I need to do, what I need to become, but you know, it's also distant right now, and I don't think it's the right time to recruit people, because that's basically what I'm doing. I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, in 6 months' time, and it keeps me motivated. In 6 months' time, I might be good enough to do like coaching, client calls, and whatnot. And I just think that I need to have more realistic standards for myself. And where I am now, I need to stay a student, be humble. I have other things I'm going into. I have marketing, freelance marketing, looking into UX design. I'm very passionate about that, and I just don't think it's like the right time to start a self-improvement YouTube channel. And like, I might be back in the future. I might just upload here and there when I have like these little nuggets of advice that I think is really good, because I come to these like random epiphanies which I like to share with people, like be more achievement orientated, and mindset is the key. I wrote like a whole, I might just share it as like a community post, where I wrote like a whole little spiel about how like your mindset is everything, and altering your mindset, changing your mindset to accommodate to your goals and the person you want to become. And it's all to do with becoming more success orientated, and that's all I can really say to people, is just share my experiences and say, become more success orientated. Well, how? I mean, what worked for me was watching other YouTubers' videos, but I'm just telling them all, go watch Hamza, go watch First Man, and it's not really authentic. and I confronted this lack of authenticity, and I was quite shocked and appalled with like how unspecific my advice is. I mean, I don't want to just tell people who are doing dopamine detox, even though Hamza's given me the same advice, just continue, just carry on. You know, I want people to have like specific plans, details, actionable steps. And I struggle with that because I struggle to be organized. I struggle with discipline. I struggle with staying in the present moment. I hate staying in the present moment because even though I made that video, like, you are not unique, I still feel as though like being outside of the present moment makes me feel unique. And it's like victim mentality. And I don't see as though anything big is going to happen on YouTube for as long as I allow myself to have this victim mindset. So I'm keeping myself accountable. I'm not going to be on here as much. And I think that's a good thing. Same goes for Rumble. I was going to make videos on Rumble. And unless it's to do with like UX design at some point in the future, I don't really see a point in that. MGTOW.tv, but it's just the content on there is just angry, you know. A lot of the videos on there, they're just doomers, you know, nihilistic doomers. And I mean, there's some well-meaning people, some well-meaning concepts in the MGTOW community, but it just goes to show how deep I am within this self-improvement depression and dealing with trauma, that I turn to these like extreme communities. I mean, the red pill is more sort of lovey-dovey on life, but like MGTOW, it's just extreme. Like this is like the way it is. You've got to find other things, and then it's like a lot of these people that they play video games, they watch porn. They're saying that it's unfair on them, that like they play video games, watch porn, but they're good-looking guys who go to the gym, and they don't consider themselves to be losers. That's the difference between MGTOWs and black pill people. I don't want to call them the other name because like it just incites too much fucking hatred. Like the black pill people, they've given up. They just think of themselves as being losers, and that's who I'm trying to appeal to, when I have very, very little empathy and tolerance for them. I mean, as soon as someone tells me like online a black pill concept, I just cut them out because I just can't stay to try and convert them. I'm not that charismatic as a guy, even though I'm learning marketing, and that means jack shit. That means jack shit. I mean, you notice if you're into the red pill, how similar marketing situation, specifically economics, is to real life, especially like thinking in terms of hierarchies and relationships. And yeah, it's just you notice the similarities. And it does help, you know. And I could create like a full-on MGTOW channel in the future, but I don't feel as though I've had that much. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to be anyone I'm not. I haven't had that many experiences with women. They've all been online. So people would consider me to be black pill. Well, that's not true because I don't consider myself to be a loser, even though I'm in a situation where I would be considered by those above me, like people who've been on the journey, who are like in stage 5 of the improvement journey, not in the self-improvement depression. Like I would be considered to be a loser by them, and they'd say, oh, be humble and just admit that you're a loser. Okay, I'm a loser in life, but my mindset is like so much more. And like having this hope keeps me from being blackpilled, because if I was blackpilled, I just wouldn't have any hope. It's like how you see yourself, and I would say it is realistic because of reading The Magic of Thinking Big, and that's basically just gives you like a steroid boost. If you read that, and if you read I've lost the book. Yeah, if you read like another book, I think it's by a guy called Maxwell Maltz. I think it's called Psycho-Cybernetics. If you read like those two books, then you basically get a gist of like everything that I say. And other than that, I don't really have any advice. So I've been taking a step back to open myself up to other concepts. I don't want to just be saying the same thing again and again and again and again, and just phrasing it differently. And I want to be saying like specific things as well, just specifically zoning in on like pieces of information people might need. I'm not making my own income at the moment. I'm not seeing anyone. I don't have any friends offline. I'm going through a self-improvement depression. There are tons of things I need to improve upon. I mean, it might be like 8 months before I can consistently upload again. And, you know, it sucks, but it's the way it is. Like, things have to be this way in order to get better, in order to improve. Things get worse, seemingly, before they get better. So I would like to be on YouTube consistently. I mean, back when I first started the channel's NoFap channel, I started it because I was just too goddamn lonely. And I just couldn't stand the loneliness. I felt like I needed someone to talk to. I went on a lot of vents and rants, which I deleted. Like, I cried a couple of times. And like, if I want to change my image from that to like a leader, I think I've got to become a leader. I can't fake leadership. I can't fake charisma. Ben Shapiro tries to do that, and it just doesn't work for him with the gish gallop or whatever. And yeah, I've got to actually accumulate those things and like reach a stage of self-actualization, and I'm not at that stage now. I've fapped like every single day of the week. This week I've just I've been under more stress. I've been putting in more work into my courses and getting qualified, getting different degrees from different unis, on like UX design, marketing, strategies, reading up about strategies, and I'm going to start talking to people. I aspire to have like Discord calls with people. I have this dream of like speaking to people on Discord like once a day, so that's my YouTube needs satisfied. I need to socialize and connect with others whilst I become a high quality person. Then I can have real life friends. And yeah, you know, I just wanted to say, and I hope that I've said some useful, like interesting advice, because the advice may not be useful, but I like to give interesting advice. You know, if I can't give useful advice, I can at least like link together a few concepts in my mind that you would think, oh yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I read about that, but I never thought about it in that way. So I suppose that's like my role, is to offer like an alternative perspective. I think I'm like Morpheus. I think that's my role. I'm like Morpheus for people who are depressed. And yeah, I'd be accepting of that role, but I want to, because that's my thought process. But I want to like become better, so I'm not just like a pseudo-intellectual. I'm not just like Jordan Peterson from the slums. And I want to become better than that, because I just don't think that's any way to live. It's not really that accurate, you know, to what I want to go into. And this video is way longer than I actually expected, because I just wanted to say, like, I'm basically quitting YouTube. I mean, you will see videos occasionally from me if you stick with this channel. And as I said, the maximum amount of subscribers I can get to would be about 100. I'd say going this way, I'd say I can get like 100 subscribers if I improve the systems, use editing software, improve my thumbnails, get lighting set up. But why would I want to? Because I don't really have anything to offer at the moment. I'm just spending more money than the value I'm actually giving. So, like, men have to be sort of selfish in this way, and until they have like the resources to give to others. So it's just like conserving market value, really. And I feel like I'm being advised more than I'm advising other people, and of course I love to be open to new perspectives, but it's like I can't really fully connect with others and understand their perspective. It's like, because I haven't really worked on myself, I'm not that aware and in touch with all the different nuances, of snowdrop. No, I'm not in touch with that, and it's something that I will improve. I'm determined to improve. I already have the ambition and drive down, so it's other things I've got to improve in my life. And yep. I mean, cat videos as well. I wasn't going to say this. I don't plan these videos. I just brainstorm and say stuff as I go along, so it's not really going to be like accurate for everyone. I mean, when I've improved so much, I'll be like, oh yes, I read this down the script and I can think out mad beforehand. But like, it's all chaos how I'm grabbing ideas from nowhere and just linking them together. I do very much feel like Jordan Peterson from the slums. But cat videos, like, I've uploaded cat videos onto here. You might see a few more cat shorts if she does interesting things, like she's going to chew letters now. And yeah, you might see a few cat videos up there here and there. Like, I can do that. I can put videos up on there, and you know, if I do something interesting, if I go out into town, I don't know, I might be able to like film myself doing something interesting. But at the moment, I've just, there's nothing really that interesting. I mean, I haven't been going outside that much. I've been spending most of the time on here. I'm getting to bed at like 2-3 o'clock. I used to track sleep. Now I'm staying up all night. And then you go like listen to my advice on mindset when I struggle to maintain it, because like I get depressed sometimes. I get really anxious and impatient, and it's because my sleep patterns all fucked up. I toss and turn in the night, and it's to do with trauma. And I really resonated with Hamza's videos on that, and I made a whole topic explaining it, and I realised I never really put in the introspective work to look deep into myself, find out like what specifically is bothering me, and then taking actionable steps to overcome that. And then I could have like a video titled "How to Overcome Trauma." But it's a long time. It takes a long time to actually do that. I mean, I'm comfortable discussing it here that my granddad used to slap me on the legs, and like it'd actually sting And I'm comfortable explaining that. I'm comfortable explaining that he was like a perv, you know, he touched me, and I'm comfortable explaining that. But, you know, I haven't put in the introspective work to actually overcome this, and it kind of feels like I'm blind to myself whenever I talk about these things, and I don't really trust myself, you know, and it's something completely separate that I've got to overcome. Like, if I feel as though I'm being honest to myself, then I'm going to be more authentic on camera instead of like, oh yes, this is my life, and let's be all positive mindset and everything. And, you know, there's a lot that I've got to deal with. There's a long way, a long journey left ahead, and sometimes it looks daunting. I try to stay optimistic, but sometimes it looks daunting. I just lose all hope. I just get really impatient and angry, and I shout at my family and mistreat them, swear at them. And like, they have their own ways of life. They're never going to see the advantages of self-improvement. They're never going to be able to come around to my way of thinking. And environment is everything. I mean, I don't want to live here, really. I don't want to live in this place. I want to, like, become financially independent, give my family money, the money they need to get by, and then just go away and, you know, live my life. And I don't trust myself with being independent because I feel as though I'm, you know, I feel as though I'm a very dependent person. I'm a very agreeable person. I hate confrontation, and I just feel stupid, you know. I mean, from school being put in, like, being held behind years to resit another year of college, and I left when I was 19, and to be monitored and all this shit, you know. And I don't feel like a very intelligent person. But I'm interested in, like, the hardest subjects and just aiming for the top. I've always aimed for the top and believed in, like, my head was just too far in the clouds. Well, it wasn't really that at all, you know. You know, I was always discouraged and told that, you know. My dad, in particular, is the main murderer of my dreams, you know. I'd have big ideas, ambitions, dreams, and he'd just be saying, no, you do you really think you can do that? You can't even tie your own shoelaces properly. What makes you think that you're going to become an engineer or like a solicitor? And all these different ideas I had one point or another. I've always been interested in improvement. It's just I've never really had the confidence within myself, the points on the board to stick with it. It's like I want the points on the board instantly, so porn has like been bane of my existence for the last since I was 9. Since I was 9 when I found the first picture on my phone, because I was just given the phone when I was 9. My mother didn't give a shit. Like, phones kept me quiet, video games kept me quiet. It was just what kept me quiet. Just give him sweets constantly keeps him quiet, and it takes like a hell of a long time to actually overcome this, especially if you're traumatized. Like, you're gonna fall back into the old habits, and if not, you're going to fall back into the old ways of thinking. And it's like, you are not that fucking great right now, and I'm not that great. I'm not that great right now, and I've got to admit to myself, can I really maintain a YouTube channel? Can I really lead like 10 fucking people? Can I really lead 100 people? And I have these big ambitions. I want to lead more than that. I want to lead thousands of people. You know, I want to make a big impact. I want to make a change, some sort of mark in the world. I mean, before this, I was thinking of going into politics, running for the, like, fucking UKIP, and yeah. I'm just really passionate about just about these problems, and I realised I blocked myself off from really caring about other people, and it's like, oh, I don't care what they think. I do care what other people think. I care about what other people think. I care about connecting with other people, and not connecting on social networks, because it just, I leave conversations often just social anxiety, isn't it? You just feel like you haven't really spoken to them. You just lose presence, you lose mindfulness, and your emotions are just dulled. It's like, I don't want to live this way of life. I want to live this way of life, and I'm very impatient with who I am now. I don't really have the patience for myself. I mean, I don't like all these black pill people, but I see myself as a black pill person. Even though I have hope, so I don't identify. And this is very weird. This is a very nebulous concept. Like, I am not black pilled, but I see myself as being below the actual value that I strive for. And for as long as I preach, like, oh, positive mindset, and I don't believe this myself, it's going to come off as inauthentic. Even if, like, I mean well, and I mean what I say. It's like, you mean it, but you don't live it, and we need to see actual proof. And I'm not a goal-orientated person. I'm not a results-orientated person. I strive for achievement, but that's something that's developed in myself. Like, I said, oh, identity should be like this and that and the other. Well, it's not really empathetic towards people who are at the bottom. And I realised this yesterday after, like, joining the depression chat, that I can't really be empathetic towards those people, and like, people who are just engaging in instant gratification. I'm like, well, you have the keys to escape. You just have to look inside of yourself, and some Eckhart Tolle type shit. But it's not really empathetic. I'm not really being present with them. I mean, yes, but it's putting yourself in the other person's shoes, actually understanding them. And that's something I want to improve at by going through this journey. And I've got to go through it alone. Even though I'm going to have, like, Discord servers, I'm on self-improvement Discord servers. I have yet to rejoin Hamza's cult. Because I just shot ahead of the whole process. I just assumed I was, like, level 4 when I was level 1. And that happens, like, you get too egotistical, you get complacent, and I haven't even got the muscle. I was like, oh yeah, I'm lifting bodyweight deadlifts. Well, that's easy, you know. I'm not going to make muscle from that. It's not all about making muscle, it's about, like, becoming someone who other people would look up to, and being comfortable being vulnerable. I'm not comfortable being vulnerable. I upload these videos and then they usually get deleted in like 2 weeks. You know, less than that, you know. And only 3 people see my videos, but I want, like, loads more people to see my videos. And actually relate to what I'm saying. And they probably can relate, but after relating, is that yeah, I give people something to think about, but what can they actually do? What value do they get from it? Unless it's just a brain dump, you know. And I don't want to just be a brain dump. I don't want to just like memorize facts and not be able to do anything, and that's thinking small. And I'm contradicting myself. So I suppose that's a big reason why I should, for the time being, quit. The cat's here again. It's making my nose itch. Oh, that's gross. I'm gonna shut it off here. My nose is too itchy. I look like a pauper. I am poor. I'm broke. Ghetto. Jordan Peterson. Yeah. So I'll see you when I see you.